It's time for a change. We've had enough of our campervan. We've just got home from another road trip in our little Mazda Bongo. We spent 2 weeks in the beautiful Scottish Highlands, but we've decided that our van just isn't right for us. Storage has always been the biggest issue when we're travelling, and we tried doing something different this trip, basically having the bench seat further forward, which took away our living room, as we like to call it, and we put all our stuff between the seat and the kitchen unit, which did mean that we didn't have to move all our bags around 4 times a day to switch it between day mode and bed mode, but it still wasn't ideal because it was difficult to get to everything when the seat was up and things kept getting trapped under the seat runners too. So we've decided that it's time to reconvert the Bongo and see how we can make her work better for us. You didn't really think we'd get rid of Safi, did you? Keep watching to see how we get on with this project. We're Katie and Adam, and this is Eli and Amber, and welcome to our channel.
Join us on our adventures in our little campervan called Safi. Just removing the bench seat out of the back of the Bongo. So you've got to take off the bolt cover cap. Then there's a bolt that you need to undo. There's bolts on all 4 sides, and then you just lift it off the runners.
Now, full disclosure, we very much learnt as we went along. We had to wing it with a lot of the jobs, so this is definitely not a how-to series. Our channel is about documenting our journey to creating a life that we love, and this reno is a big part of that. So we couldn't not film it. I have even still managed to get some nature clips in throughout this series. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, please do to follow along with our journey. So this is the space that we've got to work with, because we decided it was just easier to keep the kitchen where it is. What about these? We could leave them in for now, but obviously we may have to come out. And can we get them out without... So do they have to slide out all the way? So we'll have to end up moving the kitchen anyway.
It looks like they do slide out, but potentially if we're keeping the kitchen where it is, we could leave these in and we'll just have to build the box around these.
Yeah, that's what Paul said. So his were, one was under the bed and one was under his whatever he had here. Okay, so we're either way we're having a cupboard there.
Yeah, so we'll just have to build it out further to compensate for having this underneath it.
Okay, and that's... Oh, do they slide now without the bed in?
You can, you just need to put the pressure.
What?
My thumb's stuck.
Chop it off. You got it out?
Yeah.
Did it hurt it? You've still got a thumb?
Yeah, it just nearly ripped the nail off.
So our plan is to keep the kitchen unit, maybe change a couple of things with that, but we're not fully decided on that yet. But then, so basically where I am, we're going to build a box bed that will slide out one way or another, whether it's slats that pull out or like solid bits of wood on a hinge that will flip up and legs fold out. And then so here we're going to have a box. We're not sure whether to have it as high as the kitchen unit, sort of more narrow, so the bed will just come up to it, and then we get a bit of extra worktop space. Or the new plan maybe is to have it low enough and like a bigger box cube for extra storage, and it will also make an extra seat and a footrest. So yeah, we think possibly the lower cube is the better option out of the two. There's more pros to it. So that's where we're at the moment.
So if we're keeping it lower, it'll have to come up to here as the top, because this door's in here.
Yeah.
But so our water tank is currently in the cupboard here, but ideally we would like to get a underslung bigger water tank, but we're still in the process of looking for and trying to find one that fits the fan, and that'll free up that cupboard space for extra storage of whatever it will be.
Or potentially a diesel heater in there.
Yeah. So yeah, then it depends on how far we come out for how far the bed will come to.
How high did we say we were having the bed?
So the bed will be up to like this.
Oh yeah.
So that the bed will block that cupboard anyway. But
yeah, but I meant because that's only 1 foot.
Yeah.
So our bed, so that will work perfectly.
Yeah.
And then so we can have it as, obviously, so it would actually only be able to come to there as well.
Because, well, if we're going to have a fridge in there, that door will have to be made bigger.
Or no door at all.
Yeah, because obviously it'll be the fridge door.
So we're obviously going to have to make changes. I didn't mention that. So we're having a fridge in this cupboard, hopefully. Yeah. But either way, even if it's only that big, that's still quite a bit more storage. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth making a little unit there.
Because even if it's for our pillows, say, then or dog stuff.
Yeah, dog stuff, clothes.
So we're going to have the storage under the bed as well.
Another thing I was thinking with having a lower unit rather than extra fixed kitchen addition was to have the option of having our table pushed right back to make an extra worktop space as well as being able to have it sliding up to the seat. So let's see if it will work. I mean, we would need to swap. We've got another table that's got a shorter leg, but it also extends, so we'd have to swap the legs over. But it would fit there. The leg, we can move it up a bit, but it will fit perfectly in with where our box is going to be. And then just look how much extra worktop space that would give us. I think that's really good. And then, so the runner that the table fits on will be here, and then we can slide it backwards and forwards wherever we want it. Adam's just testing out how long the bed will be, and he fits, so
I can't grow any more.
I don't think there's any chance of that. You're shrinking.
We're now doing the next step, taking out the old carpet.
Definitely goes under the carpet. Well, that's it all out apart from one more piece over here, this little bit. So there's no going back now. Kind of feel a bit like, what on earth have we done? But it's too late now. we can't put the carpet back in, so, but no, it will be good. We're going to put lino flooring down so it'll be easy to clean, won't have to worry about muddy dogs, muddy feet, so yeah, it will be good. But that was probably the easiest job done, and it wasn't that easy. We've just painted some scratches in the floor so that they don't go rusty over time, and we thought while it was drying it would be an easy job to remove this pole, but whoever fitted it thought it was a good idea to use rivets and they don't want to come out. Unfortunately, us underestimating jobs became a bit of a pattern in this reno. After a lot of drilling, we did eventually get this bar off. And that was the end of another evening's work. Another new day working on the Bongo, and we're out getting the supplies that we need to put down the new floor. That's another new dent in the van. Some lovely persons obviously whacked their door on it. We've got the wood and the lino, so I hope that's everything we need now to do the floor. Even better, the carpet place had 10% off.
Now to see if this fits. The only thing, there's a bump, so we're going to have to cut a bit of it out.
Yeah, because it
to be
wobbles.
able to have it, glue it so it's level.
Yeah, I won't.
Need a pencil, please. So, yesterday we got all the buttons down.
So these are all stuck on with Sikaflex.
Yeah. And our next job now is to do a layer of insulation, then putting the plywood on top, so we have a nice flat layer.
I know that it probably would have been better to use one big piece of insulation and cut round all the battens and runners. I did try that, but decided it would just be easier to work with smaller pieces. It did work out okay, but probably just took twice as long and used twice as much tape, as you'll see in a bit. I didn't want to tread on the insulation, and where the van's floor was so uneven it was making my feet hurt, so I sat up here for a bit and realised that I could still reach to do this part, so I carried on. Progress has been halted because we've run out of the foil tape, so that's a shame. I was on a roll with that, but we're going to finish cutting and fitting the rest of these insulation bits so that then hopefully the new tape will arrive tomorrow and I can get on and finish this. So we'll see how far we get. My dad came to the rescue. He had some silver foil, so we can carry on and get this finished. So I've just gone round and put this insulation where the step will be. Cut it all round nice, really pleased with that. But I don't know whether, I think it's going to have to be cut and stuck flush with this bit. So I'm not quite sure if this will work, whether the step will fit back on, and also these holes are where the clips for the steps go in, so I'd have to make a hole for that to go in. But then obviously it's going to make it higher, although that might actually work because we want to be able to fit the lino underneath it as well, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's very much trial and error in this van build. Alright, that's done. I'm not sure how to do these edges, but I guess just flush and then I can go that way round. It's really tricky because it pushes down. I suppose as long as it's on the wood, even if it's only a tiny bit, just to make a sill. I've just had a quick tea break and I've basically got an hour left to blips out finishing putting the foil down because we're going to my mum's for afternoon tea. So I best get going.
One hour later.
We're back to it with the van reno now. And today's job is to fit the floorboards. We've levelled up a bit and got ourselves some trestles. It's going like this. You need to make sure it's flat. Lift your arm up. But as you can see, the ply we bought was quite bendy. We thought it would be okay once it was a smaller piece and screwed down on the battens. So we cut it all out, got it fitting, and then decided it wasn't good enough. Are you gonna do it back?
Oh, yeah, because I can't reach.
Well, then do it from this side if it's dangerous. Are they in line?
Yeah.
Right. So you don't think we'll need to bother about that? What even is that?
It's the lock-in bit, I think, that this locks into.
So shall we just cut it out anyway?
Maybe. We had some 5mm plywood in the garage that we've used in our bathroom floor. We felt that this is going to be better than the 3mm. That just didn't seem thick enough. So we recut all the plywood as well, but we were able to use what we had to mark around on the ply as a template. But we've needed to add more battens as well, just to make sure it is nice and secure underfoot, because there was a couple of bits that it was bowing and felt like it was going to snap if we stood on it for too long. And obviously we don't want to do all this work, get everything in, step on it, then the floorboard snaps. So Kate's just measuring out where all the battens are to screw onto.
There's probably an easier way of doing it, but I've nearly done now.
Yeah, shame you can't get see-through plyboard.
Yeah. Okay. We've just found another batten that's a bit too low, so we're having to make it higher with a little bit of what's this stuff called?
Sikaflex.
No.
Plywood.
With a bit of plywood. This really isn't the best of jobs, but we've done the best that we can. I'm not sure if we've explained, but because I think we showed how the floor had like ridges and this black stuff that is soundproofing, so it made it really difficult to put the battens down. We just couldn't, there wasn't much space to put them basically. So when we came to add more in, we had to cut thinner strips of batten, to put them, slot them in as many places as we could find. Some of them, and like this one, it's obviously, I think it's on the actual metal floor of the van rather than the black stuff. So that's why we've had to then put these extra bits of plywood on, because obviously you've got the van metal, then this black stuff, and some places that's got 2 layers of that. So yeah, it was just really difficult. This is a little bit soul destroying. So our lovely finished insulated floor, we're having to cut it all up to find where we can fit new battens. So obviously we've added new battens to this side, hoping it would work, and it has, so now we've got to do this side. But I think we are winning, so hopefully, maybe if not tonight, by the weekend, it's Thursday today, we will have our floor all finished. And I think we deserve to take the bongo out, even if we have to sit on camping chairs, to take it out and have a nice afternoon somewhere on Sunday.
One batten.
Thank you. Oh, my legs are going to sleep. That's the only trouble, it's very uncomfortable. Seems to be okay there. I'm sure that one's too high. This seems okay. Should we just stick it down? It seems fine.
If it's sitting in there right.
After quite a bit more faffing that evening, we ended up having to sand down 2 battens that were slightly too high as well. But we did manage to get the boards level enough and all screwed down.
We're just measuring the lino out to then be able to fit that in the fan. Then that'll be the floor all done.
Yes, hello. Can I do this, please?
Amber wants to help with the measuring.
Right, okay, Amber, want to take a pencil? No. What are you doing? No, want the pencil? Amber, you're right in the way. Can you just move, please? Come on, out the way. No, stay there. What? Nearly finished the lino. We've just got this last bit to do. And then where the step fits in has gone a lot better than we thought it was going to, because that piece of wood isn't actually stuck down. But yeah, the lino and the step has held it in really nicely. So just got to cut this last bit around the track. We finished! That was hard work, but I'm glad we stuck with it because it looks really good now. Can't believe how much of a difference it's made.
So now the floor's all done. The next part of redoing the fan is building the bench seat slash bed, which is going to go along the side, and the storage seat cupboard that's going to cover this wheel arch. Then the inside of the kitchen, we can't have the doors on it because of where the cupboards and the seats going to be, so we've got to take them off, and we're changing the colour of the cupboards. So in the comments, if you leave a guess of what colour we're going to do it, and we'll show you when it's done. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see the next processes of our fan rebuild.